So today we have another review. This is a beer from, I think this is a better way to do it. This is a beer from De Ranke. This is Père Noël. So this is their Christmas beer. I picked this one up, obviously, a while ago. Or not a while ago, like, it's summer, it's late in summer now, but I picked this one up and I don't have any dates or anything. But yeah, ideally it should last. So, De Ranke, they're out of Ditoni. Ditoni, Belgium. So, yeah, this is a Christmas beer. A little bit of licorice, I believe, in there. 7% amber beer. I've reviewed their X6 Bitter, which is the only beer I actually was generally familiar with from New York. And then actually was able to find a bottle of their Saison de Ditoni. Actually reviewed a while ago. Actually, Katie's in that video. Like right after I moved down here. It's like 5 years ago. So let's check it out. Amber beer. Yeah, the website says amber beer, amber beer. Yeah, I definitely shook it up. So a little bit of particulate and stuff in here, but nice kind of light to medium amber color, off-white head. Yeah. Just a little bit. So very Belgian-y. Definitely that kind of licoricey, clovey tone to it. But like that kind of like saison-y kind of yeast thing they're doing. Lightly crackery, bready, this kind of like Melba toast, toasty bread thing. A little bit of sweetness, but it wouldn't immediately remind me of like a Christmas beer. It's just like, it's almost like an ambery kind of beer. These Belgians are so funny. Yeah, it's spiced, a little bit spiced, toasty, amber, bready, a little bit of light fruitiness, a little bit of like ester formation, like a little bit of pear candy, pear, like fruited pear thing. Fresh cut pear. Smells awesome. Cheers. Wonderful carbonation. And boy, look at that. I'm going to have to be gentle with that. You guys can see, right? Yeah. There is a lot of sediment in this. Huh. Well. Wow. Okay. De Ranke, they don't mess around. This is a bitter beer for Belgian beer, right? They really push that like American inspiration. What are they doing? Like it's very bitter. It's so weird. Full blind. Full blind. I honestly think this was some kind of like weird American pale ale thing. Like it's, you know, that's the thing I shouldn't realize. It is quite piney and grassy on the nose. And then on palate, it's like, whoa, I'm not in Belgium anymore, right? It's like, I'm in America. Like, I'm immediately thinking of like Celebration now. Amber, dry, bitter, very, very bitter. This beer is very bitter. Well, I wouldn't say it's like extremely bitter. But for 7% beer, there's, obviously there's like small craft breweries in Belgium and Europe doing like, IPAs and stuff, but they don't there's no traditional, I guess De Ranke, I don't know if they count as a traditional, but like there are no like name breweries that I could think of that would like would produce a hoppy beer like this other than De Ranke X6 Bitter. This is in that line. This is hop to hell, like a freaking American beer. Again, full blind, I wouldn't have, unless you're familiar with De Ranke and drink a good amount of the beers, you would never guess this is from Belgium. This easily has enough bitterness to put you in America. And it's that kind of like piney, like lightly piney, but like grassy, earthy bitterness. So maybe you could go to UK, Great Britain, with like that kind of like hoppy bitter thing. Yeah, that's where you go. So full blind, you maybe guess this was from the UK. Like a very bitter, kind of their take on English IPA, malt-driven, dry, bitter, but not like piney, citrusy hops, but that kind of earthy, Earl Grey tea-like kind of UK bitterness. Wow. So this immediately puts you to US, but then you're like, wait, no, it can't be US. It's got to be UK, but it's really from Belgium. Oh, and it's a Christmas beer. It's a perplexing beer. So outside of the bitterness, up front, There's a little bit of light crisp malt character. It doesn't actually have as much toasty and malt character as it seems. The licorice or whatever clovey thing that you were getting on the nose, not there. Instead, it's just this really light kind of like 7%. I would have guessed this was like some kind of like quote unquote like a ESB best bitter kind of thing, special bitter, whatever. Strong bitter, I think is the category. It is a category BJCP. You know, yes, this was like a 5-6% UK bitter thing, but 7% with this carb too. And then there's a little bit of phenolic character, maybe a little bit of plasticky tone in there from their yeast. So it's like a lightly toasty, malty, lightly caramelly sweet, lightly phenolic, but then big bitterness, tea, earthiness, woodsiness. And that's your Christmas beer. And they say there's licorice in here. There's a long, dry bitterness. Long, dry bitterness. With a beautiful carb, too. If it's UK beer, I feel like it'd be a little less carbed. And like the American beer also wouldn't have this kind of like lacing and carb to it. Whoa. So it's like a little bit of this, a little bit of Belgium, a little bit of UK, a little bit of US kind of thing. Like it's got a lot going on. It's mostly Belgium and UK, I would say. Like this is in the range of something like a strong bitter. The long bitterness though is very bitter. Like it, I said it wasn't bitter, but it's lengthy on its bitterness. Medium plus bitterness, but long. Maybe full bitterness. Wow. I did not expect this at all. I was expecting something more Christmassy, a little bit like fruity, maybe a little bit darker. I mean, they call amber on the website, so I'll give you amber. But I was definitely not expecting something as bitter for Christmas beer, right? You're looking for something like a little bit warm, a little spicy, a little bit fruity. Weird beer. The Ranke Père Noël. Oh yeah, it makes sense. Santa Claus is hugging a hop. And I think about that when I was like, you know, walking to this review, right? It makes sense. The Christmas part, I really sort of like can be forgettable, but the hop part is very noticeable. Wow, this has been one of the weirdest beers I'm having all year, in a good way. Not like, oh, this is gross, disgusting, and why does this make any sense? It's just like, oh, like your Christmas beer is a hoppy, strong bitter, pretty much. It's interesting. I personally am not like loving it and going crazy for it. 87. That's a good rating. That's a good beer. 8B plus. That's a good rating. Ranke Père Noël. What a freaking beer. Let me know if you've had this beer or any other Ranke beers. What a weird stuff. Cheers. I've had the Saison d'Etonie and the Ranke XX bitter, but I don't think I've had anything else from them. Maybe not. I don't think so. I'll look it up, but let me know if you've had anything else from them. 87. Cheers later.